Hi, this is Slimedog.
And Topo.
And today we're playing Warhammer Chaosbane on the PS5. This is the Slayer edition of the game, which just means it's Warhammer Chaosbane with all the DLC included.
Super fun.
It actually is. We're having a great time with it. And, let's see. We've played through all the main story at this point, and we're starting to get into kind of the post-game, endgame content. By the way, it took us too long to figure out this is how to add a second player. Got to go to Manage Players, and then join in from a second slot, and then back out, and ta-da! But we're doing pretty well at this point. Like I said, we played through all of the story mode for everything, and we've got all mostly red gear and a couple of greens that we've picked up here and there.
Except for not everybody has all red.
Yeah, right. And we're playing with some of the post-game content, like these invasions, which we just discovered. And with the invasions, you can basically, it gives you a little scenario with something to do, but you have to work your way through this whole tree, and at the tail end of it, you get really cool stuff, like green items or bonuses. Sometimes they've got, like over here, you can see they've got like skill stuff on the skill tree that you, like, the only way to unlock it is by progressing through invasions. So, it's cool, it's kind of fun, but also, because the difficulty on the invasions are fixed, it's completely independent of what you set for the difficulty. Oh, look, it's Slave Bloodthirster. What's going on with the screen?
What's with the screen? Is it like...
I think it's glitched.
Is it attacking us? Oh,
I think we're fine.
there it
It's
is.
just glitched.
Anyway, because it's on...
There we go. It's better now.
easier difficulty, because...
Yeah, we're playing this, it's on normal difficulty because it's only like the 3rd level, so like nothing can really hurt us. Like this poor Bloodthirster, he's already down to his first third of a life. I can't even get any stamina going because I've got nothing that can live long enough for me to punch it with my hammer to build stamina. And he's dead. Wait, you got one more down? This was a pretty cool fight when you don't like blow through it for seconds.
It's basically, it's the in-game fights.
Yeah. And ta-da, he's dead. See, we got a bunch of yellow drops, but nothing really that great. And there you go. But now you see what it'll do is it will, like that chunk of the tree will be permanently open for us. And we can move on to the next one. Do you want to try the next one? That was actually a lot shorter than I thought.
No, because we're trying to show off, and then...
Okay, well here, let me
dump off my extra stuff. So then you come over here.
That's fair.
Oddly, I don't know why. So... Make your donations.
This is another thing that kind of took us a bit to figure out. If you do the trade, you want to trade in all your loot. It took us a while to figure out, oh, can you sell it? Is there something better you should be doing?
Because this guy opens up early in the game, but then you're left with, so should I keep stuff? Like, will there be a shop where I can trade it? Just donate it.
Yeah.
Donate it all you can.
Donate,
get good stuff for it.
Yeah, donate all of the lesser quality stuff. It builds towards your ranking. It can unlock some things. But there really isn't a whole lot else to do. Also, the gold...
I'm going to bless this. So
okay, yeah, you can... Blessing is how you improve the stats on the items. And you generally want to save it until you get the reds or the greens, which are kind of more endgame stuff.
I did the last blessing, which was a square button, because that's my standard, sort of, and it shows... excuse me. The highlights on the right show what this combo does.
Each color gem bumps up one of those stats, and you can link the gems to do different stats with the little triangle gems. But you don't necessarily want to because it'll lower it from one of those base stats.
So like
and raise one of the other ones.
By merging that yellow and red there, it would which gives me the we should mention this is attack, this is crit. If you merge the two, you get chance for crit.
Yeah, as opposed to crit damage.
Which then takes away from the crit and the attack. So this one over here is health and armor, and it gives you chance to
either counterattack damage or like damage over time resistance.
Oh, actually, here I can show you. It shows here it does counterattack damage, but then if I do that. It
lowers the health and
it lowers the health
armor.
And how do I'm gonna take that out. So this is I like this combo for me because
it works with the stats that she's actually like using. But you definitely want to figure out what stats you're trying to optimize. If you've got a build that all runs on crits, then just do everything towards increasing crit damage and crit chance.
And you want to make sure fill this up. like just fill it up with gems.
Yeah.
Because if you do one and you go back later and add something else, it overwrites what you did before. So just do it all at once. Don't try and add some later.
Don't put just a couple gems
whatever.
in first and bless that. I mean, unless you're trying to get the trophy on the quick.
And this is where you can store stuff, which
Yep.
I'm sure you'll have figured out by the time. This is more endgame sort of this and that. Okay, so did you empty your pockets?
Yeah, pockets are empty.
So we're gonna go do that other run real quick.
Other run? You want to do a tower run, or
I
you
thought
want
we
to
were gonna do the other thing.
You want to do an invasion again, or an expedition, or the tower's back up there?
Oh yeah. Which one did we just do? The expedition?
Oh, we just did an invasion. You want to try an expedition? This is.
The expedition's a little longer.
It is. No.
What
tower?
we can do? No, we can do either.
Okay, let's do an expedition.
This is the other one. We just sampled all of these so that we could talk about them. Sorry. And so it's all merging in my brain a little bit.
Yeah, the boss rushes are. It's just a big boss fight that you can put mutators on to make it more difficult and increase your drop rate for it. It's a good way. The boss runs are a good way to get if you're trying to farm red and green items. Well, red. Greens are really tough. So far, we've only gotten a handful in the time we've been playing. So it's hard to kind of specifically farm for greens. Although there is so much content in this game, like ultimately, like you could play it for hundreds of hours if you're just trying to, you know, build out all the characters and all that. Like all the time we've been playing, we've only each played one character, and there's 6 characters in total. So.
And the one that Slime is playing is actually a DLC character, so he didn't even get the bonus of a trophy for.
Destroy items in the level, and that's it.
Was that an event thing?
Yeah, it was a brief event.
So you can talk about that too. Anyway, Slime didn't get the trophy for completing one of the characters because
there's only trophies
the character
for that.
he did. Ooh, there's a red.
Tireless Guardian was you, I think. I don't know what type of gear it was, but we'll find out.
Tell me it's not.
By the way, just check it out. I'll run around for a bit. This game has auto follow, like
which is
if one person's messing around in the menus and the other person is roaming through and killing stuff, like you can do that. Like it doesn't slow down the game necessarily.
Of course it is my daggers. I'm not giving up my daggers. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, your speed daggers.
So the daggers, if you notice that gigantic circle floating around me, just throwing stuff because why not? Yeah, that's my daggers. Which one is it? It's the dashing daggers, of course. They are dashingly awesome.
Right?
I have a what is it? Companion build. So like I just seriously. Oh, sorry. So I just like run around. I don't actually do anything. I just let the. No,
yeah, it's kind of an AFK build, but it works out well.
I love
so
it.
That's great.
I actually do, but on this, like, because seriously, it's not exactly like we bumped up the Chaos to 2. Just
we're playing Chaos 2. It goes up to Chaos 10 ultimately, and the higher you push it, the better loot you get. But right now we've got it turned down to be relatively easy, so things move pretty quickly for us here.
Because we don't want to. Also.
That said, we could probably handle Chaos 4 or 5. Got another dashing dagger.
Really?
Might have better base stats than you have.
Though I did bless my other ones, so.
Well, you can bless
this one. I don't know. Oh, it's got higher loot quality though, which is what I'm trying for.
That I would bless that up.
I will bless it up, but I don't want to. Oh, actually, let me go.
Okay, we got this Jabber Slave.
You got a big guy.
Yeah.
A normal driver walkie.
My build, I've got the full set that gives the bonuses for the turrets for my Dwarven Engineer. I really like the turrets. It doesn't move quite as fast as I'd like sometimes. Ooh, Symbiosis. It's a red. I don't know whose it is, but somebody got a red called Symbiosis. That sounds like it. There's no way the dwarves have Symbiosis. All their stuff is like plank.
It's my info.
Oh, nice.
See, traps. It's a trap one. I don't do the trap build on this one. I do the companion build and a bit of poison, but mostly the dryads, which is something we should talk about. I guess the god tree.
Queen's Helmet got you another red. You're getting reds like crazy this run.
I'm not gonna argue. I will be honest.
That's fair. I've been getting more of the.
He got the first green. I got the first red, and it's kind of a red. But then he got the first green, and we didn't see another green for like
ages. But today you picked up a couple of things.
I picked up a few reds, yeah. And so that it?
That's
I guess
it.
we're done.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then, sorry, I was so enamored with my new stuff. So
Let's go drop our gear and
I'm
we'll head
gonna
to the tower.
swap out my dashing dagger,
Okay.
and I want to bless it real quick, which you can do anywhere. It turns out we did. Okay, so here's a see. There's my pretty
Master
background.
Alchemist.
My transparency. It doesn't stay.
For some reason, the
So-
transparency setting doesn't stay.
This setting doesn't stay either, except for load. So at least per load. Actually, I should double check my pants. I don't need to double check my pants. I'm just gonna do it. And I'm going to blast my new daggers.
Okay, I didn't get any reds.
And I'm gonna do a blast.
There you go.
I'm getting a little low on my oranges or.
Yeah, those things. You've only got 20 left there, so.
Let me.
Being sarcastic, that's a lot.
Let's see. Look at my daggers. 2 mil is my crit now.
Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous. We honestly should probably be playing on Chaos 3 or 4, but
Well, we had left it on 2 because, and this is the issue. Where's my? I still have something on me. Symbiosis.
yeah, you got that out right.
Yeah. The so here's the. I'm still carrying. What could I be carrying? Hold on.
Here's a red you picked up. You got
Oh, I got that helmet. Right. I still don't have.
put in storage.
I'm gonna put it in storage for now. Sorry, guys. Any rate, so there is a. No, I didn't get this started. He's gonna go load up. What are you doing?
Here, we can do the tower if you want. We had really good luck doing a tower. We did 10 levels of the tower. Ended up maxing out or filling up our inventory, but also ended up with a couple of
where I
greens
got, like,
and
the greens
reds,
and
all
reds and
sorts of
stuff.
great stuff. So we're gonna do the Tower of Chaos, and the way this one works is basically you can every level you can choose whether to cash out or go up to the next level, and it improves the drop rate. Okay.
The quality of the drops.
Yeah. So you get drops as you go through it, but you need to at the end of each level you either decide to open the chest or go through a door to the next level.
And I think on this one, oops.
So the loot quality is 65. It says in the bottom of the screen right there. And every level it goes up by a couple hundred. And I think it was around 4,000 when we cleared level 10. Okay, the objectives in each of these is different too. It kind of mixes it up. So in this one, we've got to kill these kind of mid-boss guys around the outside first, and then that'll bring out the real boss, and then we got to kill the real boss. But it all happens in one room, and it's all pretty small. So as such, it moves
Because
pretty
we're going
quickly.
to the tower, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I was having issue with my, well, that's talking about gear, but the special effects of my gear wasn't always working. When I loaded up some of the earlier, what is it? When we did, what were we in? Invasions and
Yeah,
stuff earlier. I wasn't sure if it was, so that was the first level. It was obviously pretty easy. We're gonna move on to the next level.
Yeah.
I don't know why it wasn't functioning properly.
Okay, we've got to kill enemies next to fires. We got 5 minutes. Okay. Oh, I see. So we have to stay next to the fires and kill bad guys next to them, and it fills up the white gauge by the fire. So you want to stand inside the red when you do.
Stand inside the red?
Well, specifically, you want to wait until the bad guys get inside the red before you kill them, because that's what's running up the white gauge.
But that's what, not hitting the white gauge?
Right, not hitting the actual fire. That man says you're right. Sure, that's good. That's fun. Okay, see the gauge is now almost up.
I can't help it. My trance are it's my dryads.
Yeah,
They're,
they
like,
kill
out
stuff
here.
kind of more aggressively. Okay, that one's done. Go to the other. Come on, guys.
But what I was saying is we had it set to chaos too because at some point we're gonna. I also lose myself. There is a trophy associated with killing all the doing boss raids on chaos too. the issue is, because I'm player 2, I don't get that unless I go redo it all 6 of them in one sitting, a la Overcooked.
Well, we haven't confirmed that.
I hope
what we
that's how it
suspect.
works, because there was stuff I didn't get. There are also finishing.
Yeah, you got a story finishing trophy that I didn't get this time. And that wasn't done over one session, so...
So I don't know. The trophies are... We're not clear on some of the trophies, why
Yes.
one of us will get one and another. Okay, the treasure's down there, but we're not going to do that because...
On the floor 3.
What is this one?
We kill champions, so there's only 4 guys, we gotta kill all 4 of these. Anvil Strike.
Now that is... Not what's...
That's for me. But
Yes.
it's Anvil Strike is not a set I'm looking for.
And see, this is the chest, if we opened it, would end the...
Mm-hmm.
But we're obviously still doing fine enough to go to the next level. We're on
Oh,
holidays
this is the
now,
one that stuck you in the middle, so
33,
don't die. There are problems with this earlier, but we didn't realize it was actually second scenes.
But I also find it easy to lose track of my health while I'm trying to dodge everything else.
I'm gonna kill the totem, so... the statues.
That's these glowy things, right?
Yeah, and now we gotta kill this guy to get...
That's something that's right?
He's not in the middle, but he's... One is broken. As you go, you can see it says that the, got a queen skin. That's a red. So we're getting tons of reds. Like
This one's closer to our level, too,
enemy damage
so.
is 9%, enemy max health is 12%. So it's increasing the stats of the bad guys as we go also. Okay, defeat the champion. 21. Yeah, he's the one down here. I think he also teleports.
Oh, and those runes, purple runes that he puts out there.
Oh, I teleported. So he's still getting red. Red's on the ground. I guess with speed running. And again, we should probably be playing some of these.
Well, we could, but
4 or 5.
well, today was the first day we tried, so we could do the Let's Play. So
We had no idea if it's gonna like one-shot us or
we
something.
also want to make sure we wanted to show you how much fun. Now, part of our, if you see us leaving some of the commons behind, it's because the first time we did it, we got it our level. We went up to level 10 just to for the fun of it, and it's about where it started getting a little more difficult. I don't know, chance it, whatever.
Well, level 10, also, level 9 is where we ran out of inventory. It's really where we started stopping.
That's what I was
And we had to get rid of all
so
of
we're
the...
like just dumping stuff. An interesting little factoid though is we found that if one of us drops an item, the other can pick it up, and then when you take it back and turn it in as a donation, you actually can get that what's it called?
The cosmetic,
visual,
the
the
visual.
cosmetic for it. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, there's a guy somewhere. Oh no, enemies. We just gotta kill enemies, and we'll kill them.
Oh, I see.
We need 150. Yeah, you spend half the game chasing that little fairy around trying to get...
I will tell you, there are some choice words I have sent to this little pixie that bugs me.
That's part of the mechanic of the Wood Elf is you have to... if you touch the pixie, you'll get a bit of mana, basically.
Stamina. It's my stamina, whatever that stuff is. And it's great. And I also now have an ability that I pop an extra dryad. And that's what I was trying to say earlier. When I went into other areas, it wasn't letting me... It wasn't popping the dryad. So
Champions, kill the hard guys. You killed 10 total with 5 minutes to do it.
I did my bloodlust.
Nothing seems to be doing damage. Ooh, ring of spirits. A red ring. The deal is, I'm sort of a tankier class anyway, so it looks like we're not taking damage at all. The Wood Elf is more DPS, so you were having a little bit more of a problem with survivability earlier on, but
well,
obviously
I also
now
haven't blessed a lot of my stuff either.
Yeah, you put off blessing for quite a while.
Yeah,
So
again, saving it for later, whatever. Well, I was trying to get a set of something. I was having a hard time doing.
Killing me next to the fire. I'm looking at the bottom one. You can do a different one if you want, but you shouldn't be off in the middle of nowhere.
What are we doing?
Kill enemies next to fires. So go on the red ring, you kill the enemies there. Or what I do is I actually throw all my turrets onto the fire and just sort of hang out. And the enemies kind of come towards me, and I just punch my turrets to make them stronger because of my gear set. And anybody who gets close enough to the turrets gets shot and killed inside the turret, the fire ring.
No, I mean, I'm having a hard time just building this.
Oh, Tireless Guardians. Sounds like you. And that is it. Notice how, like, we haven't even used our red stuff. Our rage. Oh, you did?
I did on the last one because when we had
That's
to
a good idea. I'll use it on the next one.
The multitude of not 10 champions or whatever.
That's a good idea.
I went ahead and did that there because
I'm gonna do mine too. If you build up those little red balls by picking up the red glowy orbs.
It's the bloodlust power.
Yeah, it puts you in the rage mode. And let's see, square is sort of a big AoE attack, and then circle. Basically, on mine, I've sort of got upgraded version of my base attacks.
Yeah, you can't say square and circle because you can on your bloodlust because that is mapped as it is.
Can I get up here? I need to get to some of these totems. Controls are great, by the way. It's for a game that started out on PC. The transition to PS4 or 5 controls is really perfect. It feels a lot like Diablo.
You can also map it.
Yeah, you can. So, it's got fully customized.
That's why I was like, when you were telling them square and circle, I was like, well, except for that. We also hit level 50
you can't actually map your bloodlust.
You can't map the bloodlust. I know, but you didn't clarify that. I mean, that's what I was trying to say. You can't map bloodlust, but you can for the other things. You have lots of skills available.
Yeah, in fact, more than you can apply in kind of one set.
Yeah,
you only have like 6 available at any one time, so you are ultimately you're going to have more skills than you can use. You kind of have to pick and choose.
Right. That's why, like my like I picked up an item and I was like, yay, but it's not a set I'm concentrating on because it builds more towards like brambles, which is a melee type of trap attack, as opposed to what I use, which are familiars, and there's also poison build. So
Eternity boost. That's you, I think. Yeah, you've got thorns, poison, and pets.
Those are my 3 basic. Those guys.
I've got one. The one I've got right now, which I've got a full set for, is for my turrets. But there's one for I think strikes. There's one for like heat, to build your heat level and explode more or less or something.
And this is our level 10.
Yeah.
What do we have to do?
Do your thing. It's kill champions. There's the 4 champions boosting.
So this is my bloodlust.
Like Diablo, it's got health potions on a cooldown. Another Eternal Queen red for you. I have 5 or 6 this run. Okay.
It's unfortunate because that's not this.
We're down to 1 left.
1 left? Oh, these guys.
Get my bloodlust now.
I lost them. Sometimes they can die, though I rarely see them die. So.
And see, that's level 10. Our loot quality is up to 4,000, and obviously, if we were playing on a higher chaos level, we could push that even further.
And if we wanted to, we could also push it. You know, we could obviously keep going further, but we figured 10 would be a nice spot to stop.
Yeah,
So
and
show
here's
you
what we get.
guys.
Boom! We got
red.
what?
Two reds. It looks like
3 reds.
A bow.
3 reds.
Oh, another packed bow.
Another
That's
packed
nice.
bow. Chitin links. Is that a green? There might be a green.
I don't like the chitin links. Oh, I wish there was a green. I think it's probably frat.
Corroder. That's new. I'm trying to pick it up one by one so I can see if there's a green. No. Okay.
I found the chitin links to be a strange one, and I chose not to use it. That was that weird negative. I lose half my attack, but I get 50% more health, and I'm like, thanks, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like, I have a build, I don't need...
Well, your build is built more towards DPS, and losing half your attack on a DPS build is
That's just stupid.
kind of a deal breaker.
Like, I mean, seriously, I'm critting for 2 mil.
But I'm sure in some builds it makes sense. You can probably
Sure, I suppose.
set it up so that works.
I shouldn't complain.
Okay, I got another cog tooth, which is a melee weapon that helps my turrets, which it's a turret build, so that's cool.
Look at this. Oh, I got Ring of Spirits. Also.
Takes a bit of hit.
But we don't have to sort through these things for them.
Yeah, but
we won't.
Trying to see if I got any greens.
So here's the thing. I've got Eternal Queens, which I'm apparently already wearing. If you look down here, I've got 2 out of 5
Look,
going
the
on.
Corroder's a gun. I finally got a red gun.
Finally. I'm still wearing gold pants. I'm just going to put that out there.
What the crap is that?
I have some queens.
The target moves across the ground during combat. Enemies within the target take more damage. Oh, that's too fun.
Oh, I got some Eternity.
So yeah, this big floating disco ball thing
find it.
just hangs out, and anybody who happens to be in there takes extra damage. Wow, double
Dang
damage.
it, I don't have the queen boots.
Oh, this thing is awesome.
Dang
I'm
it.
going to bless this real quick. Like she said, I'm just going to do the last blessing so I can kind of toss on my default to
What
it.
is that? Is that you?
What?
That red thing?
Yeah, that's me. That's my
What are
new
you
gun.
doing? Oh, that's your gun?
Oh, you've been ignoring me, but you can watch the video and hear what I did.
I will. I will check that out. Anyway, I'm working on the Starlight set because it gives me summoned creature tech is what I would really like to get. And you can get it in red and you can get it in green. It's the same. I've got the Eternal Queens in, see, red or green. But I would love to get the Starlight set in green. That's my dream.
The Starlight set in green? That would be nice.
And the Queen's one is fine. It has, that one does poison skills, which, if you might, I do a fair bit of poison stuff.
Yeah.
This move, that's a big batch of poison that I send out. And I have a whole big...
If you wanted to run up the poison, then that would be...
Poison and dryads, that's me. I, you know, like I said, I walk around, pop dryads, like look at all my little dryads laying around dead on the ground.
But
anyway.
there you go. That's Warhammer Chaosbane.
I guess, yeah.
I guess the basics of the advanced stuff, I suppose.
Advanced stuff,
it's
yeah.
sort of a once-over of how Endgame works.
This is you can transport, you can check it out. It pulls up the map, it takes you around to different areas.
If you want.
But here's the interesting, if you went to, I thought you might show.
Well, if you want to hang out on the load screen, that's cool.
No, I wanted to show this. If you go up to Norska and over to, where was it?
There's Norska.
Norska, that's the cold area, right?
Yep.
And then the other one was the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Those are areas that if you wanted to like try different builds and stuff and test it, there's enemies between you and maps, so you can actually like test things.
Right outside the hub, there's trash mobs that you can practice on.
Practice, like, oh, I wonder if I should try this weapon or skill set or whatever.
As opposed to just using the target dummies over here.
And there was one area that
work.
didn't even have it had one target dummy, so you couldn't even check to see, like, on a lot of mine, it targets, like, multiples, but I didn't know that if there's only one dummy.
Well, my turrets don't target the dummies at all, so I can't even test them on there.
Right.
So.
Now, this one, we didn't talk about the god skills, but this is, early on for me, I got my, I did this, like, straight away, once we discovered how to do it. And that's why I have my massive dryad that I pull out.
Keep in mind, by the way, everybody has 2 different god skill trees.
Yeah.
So
this is the one, and I did the other one.
Kind of need to sort of plan out and pick as you go, but you can always dial back your points and
you can always
respec.
pull them out and put them elsewhere.
If you don't worry about putting them in the wrong place, once you decide on something that you're actually going to use, then you can reassign your points to line up for that.
Like, and this one, I was amazed when we came in and I found this, like, 154,000 damage my Dryad does just because why not?
Well,
I
you
mean,
didn't when you started.
no, but I was then I would play around with this to see how I could make it, like, that was where I was checking my damage was working off of this specifically. So then any points I put in, I tried to build towards that.
Mm-hmm.
Any rate,
it works out really well. So there you have it. Warhammer Chaosbane, super fun.
you should play it. It's
And
definitely fun with 2 players. Like,
definitely fun
really
with co-op.
Yeah,
Probably be a
and
lot
sort
less
of
fun without it.
Diablo-esque.
Very Diablo-esque, and a ton of endgame content. This is a game that they've designed to be playable for a very long time. So if you're looking to like kind of commit to one, great. I gotta say, it's still no Diablo 3. I think that's still kind of the high water mark.
Well,
but it's really
yeah.
close. Of the Diablo clones, which there are dozens, this is a really, really solid one. So give it a
And
shot.
have a lot of fun with. I mean, you can really have fun. Like I said, like you said, we've only done 2 out of or 1 each of the characters, and there's
Yeah,
a
we've
bunch
barely
we
scratched the surface on
could
it. We've
even
been
do
playing
more,
for
so
probably at least 40 hours now. So yeah,
yeah. But have fun with it.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining us.
See you next time.